Are you a pre-Form 5 or a Form 5 student who has been looking at an online school that can teach you the beauty of advanced pure mathematics? Or are you a Form 5 student who has been struggling on how can you understand the concept of the cycle at any point, at any time and anywhere? Or are you a parent who have a son or a daughter who is pursuing actual either PCM, PGM, or PMC, or EGM, and actually your student, or it means that actually your child is struggling on understanding basic advanced pure mathematics? Or are you a leader or a sponsor or a teacher who is actually taking care on understanding of advanced secondary students about the advanced pure mathematics? So the answer of all those questions, and even the other one I didn't mention, will be revealed in this session. So I ask you to stay tuned. How are you, everybody who is watching this program? I would like to take this opportunity to welcome all the national and international advanced secondary students to learn the beauty of advanced pure mathematics. My name is Olenjolai. I thank God by His own grace who has given me a gift of teaching, and I thank God who has given me a gift of loving advanced pure mathematics for the rest of my life. And I thank God who have given me a citizenship of Tanzania online, of Kingdom of Heaven. And I thank God who have given me citizenship of Tanzania. I am a Tanzanian, and this is our national flag. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome all the international students to enjoy the beauty of our country. Today I have a good news about advanced pure mathematics for topic called Coordinate Geometry 1. It's the first topic in the syllabus of United Republic of Tanzania of Advanced Pure Mathematics Form 5, for the Form 5. So today we are in session 17, titled as Translated Cycle, and I have a good news for you, so stay tuned. So before even I go further into this introduction time or introduction moment of session 17, let us spend a few minutes to give God, to invite God into this moment of learning. So let us pray. Our Father who is in heaven, we come before your presence of your children. We surrender, we repent for all our sins, transgressions, rebellions, iniquities, and offenses that we have committed before your presence. I come before your presence, wash me by your precious blood. And Father, I come in the positions of the priest to repent and pray for all our online students, Father. Father, forgive them, and welcome to teach me how to teach your students, and welcome also to teach your advanced secondary students to understand the concept that you have prepared for them. Our Father, welcome to teach and reveal the secret hidden in the concept of the cycle. Our Father, we thank you because you'll be a transmitter, you'll be a teacher, and also you'll sit on the side of the students to help your students of present and future generation to understand the concept that you are going to teach them. In Jesus' name, amen. So thank you very much for joining me in these moments of just the opening prayer or alpha prayer. Secondly, I would like to take this opportunity to welcome all our national and international students into Tanzania Online Advanced Secondary School in square bracket Olenjolai. Simultaneously, I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you into one of our official YouTube channel that called Tanzania Online A-Level Secondary School in square bracket Olenjolai. Okay, so again, we have so many departments, and one of the departments is called Departments of Advanced Mathematics, where we are teaching 3 subjects: where we are teaching our advanced secondary students 4 subjects: advanced mathematics for the Form 5, advanced mathematics for the Form 6, basic applied mathematics Form 5, and basic applied mathematics in Form 6. So today we are going to teach you advanced mathematics Form 5, and we dedicate these contents to all 3 Form 5 students, Form 5 students, duty reciters, grade 11 students, and even Form 6 students who are pursuing PCM, PCB, PMC, and AGM in Tanzania. And this is chapter 4 that called Coordinate Geometry 1, and today we are in session 17 that called it Translated Cycle, which actually is a continuation of session 16. So stay tuned, I have a good news for you. Sadly, I would like to remind you about the vision that we have into ASOM, or to ASOM. And here it is the vision that we have into ASOM. To ASOM is abbreviations of Tanzania Online Advanced Secondary School in square bracket Olenjolai. So we have an assignment to teach and train advanced secondary students on how to extract knowledge, understanding, and wisdom from the classroom instruction, and combining it with knowledge, understanding, and wisdom from the Word of God in order to solve real-life problems. So the main objective of ASOM is to teach our students on how to extract or how to solve real-life problems. Again, another thing which is very important in these introductions, possibly this might be your first session, you are warmly welcome. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome all our online students to ask me questions, to give me feedback, to share with me testimony, and even also to give me the confirmations, the feedback that about your understanding, and also any suggestions or anything else that you would like to communicate with me. Please let me know in the comment sections. However, that we have a telephone number which actually has 2 mainly objectives. However, that sometimes sometimes some students they used to just to contact me through that telephone number, but the telephone number that I've shared there has only 2 main objectives. How can you ask questions in this session? Please use the comment sections to write to me questions about session 17, and then just answer the questions that I'll be asking you in the comment sections also, and use the comment section to submit the homework that I'm going to leave. So you won't be using your mouse, your oral, means oral communications or verbal communication. You'll be using writing communications to interact with me. So at this moment, use it effectively, that method, but later on will be revealed another alternative method where we can interact more. So if that's the case, I believe that you are ready. Now it's a time for you to take your exercise book and take your ruler, take your scientific calculator, and then start concentrating on this moment of enjoying the beauty of advanced pure mathematics. Possibly it's your first time. It's your first time, or you've been visiting our ASOM schools, but you have never registered yourself. In case it's your first time, or you used to access our contest but you have never registered yourself, please join me in these few steps that you have to follow to register yourself into ASOM. ASOM is abbreviations of what? Tanzania Online Advanced Secondary School in square bracket Olenjolai. So the first step, if you don't have an email, we ask you to create a new email. And this new email, it might be either a Gmail account, and you have to remember username and your password because you'll be asked in the second step, Gmail, or it can be Yahoo Mail. So you can choose either of these emails. Secondly, we ask you to sign in. So to sign in what? So to sign in YouTube. So we ask you to sign in YouTube by using the email that you have created or your own previous email. So you have to remember your username and password. The second step, after you do that, we ask you to search to ASOM online. So where should you search this to Awesome? So search to Awesome in our YouTube account. Okay, so if that's the case, so here it is, Tanzania national flag. You'll see so many videos, skip them, find around buttons, which actually is our welcoming poster. So Tanzania national flag, beside it you'll see Tanzania online A-level secondary school, in square bracket Olenjolai. You see the number of videos and also you see the number of subscribers. So you see the number of subscribers. Subscribers, these are registered students. If you did not subscribe into our official YouTube channel, then you are not in the list of registered students. The first step, we ask you now to click the round button in order to get in our online school. So click the round button to get in in our online school. So you see a big band like this with our national flag or a picture or the photo of my people. So this is home, this is videos, and then here it is what? It is playlisting, community channel about. Okay? So we ask you to look the buttons written. So click this button. So click this button, and the button is subscribe. Subscribe. So when you click this button, so subscribe. When you click this button, so subscribe, then the text will change from subscribe into subscribe. So click that button, so subscribe. Text will change to subscribe, and beside it you'll see icons of the bell. Click that icons of the bell. You see 3 options. Choose the options of all. So from there, you have already registered yourself into our online school. So whenever you should be a serious student online, should be an online serious student. So you should visit our official YouTube channel every day, because we upload at least 1 video in a day. So make sure that you are an active online student. So again, in case that you want to access our content systematically, it means from the first session to the last session, we ask you to click the icons. You can click, just to come into this horizontal toolbar, click the icons called the playlist. So when you click these icons of playlist, you see so many playlists. We used to create a playlist for each particular topic. So the name of the playlist, of the topic that we are teaching you is called the coordinate. So it's called the coordinate geometry 1. We have coordinate geometry 2, which is form 6, and this is coordinate geometry 1, where you can access session 1 to session 17. However, that we jumped, we left a space between. It means that we skipped session 13 and session 14 and 15 for the future questions about rectangular Cartesian. It means rectangular Cartesian coordinates, divisions of the line, and locus of the point. So you left those 3 for problem solving. So it means the concept of this 4th topic of coordinate geometry 1, which is cycle, start from session 16. Again, in case that you want to share, this video link, you then click the icons of share on your right hand side, at the bottoms of your right hand side, in order to share the video link to other students online. It means that by using different social media, such as Facebook, you can share the video link through Facebook, through WhatsApp, through TikTok, etc., etc. So before we start our session 17, let me do the quick review of previous session, which is introduction session to session 16. It's called introduction of what? Of cycle. So in introductions of cycle, we defined means that the session is called the introduction of what? Of cycle. What is cycle? So we define cycle as one of the conic section. So remember that we say that cycle is a conic section. Is a conic section. Conic section of what? Of a cone. And also define cycle as a locus. So cycle is a locus of the point. Locus of the point. Of the point which moves such that its distance from what? From its fixed point, which we call the center. Okay, fixed point, we call the center. Okay, is equidistant. Equidistant to any point. To any point on circumference. On circumference of what? Of the cycle. Okay. That is the definitions of the cycle. We define also the radius of the cycle. We told you the meaning of the center of the cycle. And then we taught you two types of, or it means that we drew the cycle on x, y plane. Then we told you about equation, about the derivation of equation of the cycle at the center at origin. And simply the final equation is x squared plus y squared is equal to radius squared. So that's all about what we have told you. So today, and then we left the homework, which was example A, and because I didn't number it, so now call it example 41. Okay, example, because we ended example 33. So let's say 44 minus, okay, yeah. So let's call that example 34. So today we are going to do correction of example A. So corrections of example A, which for this session will be example 46. And the example 46, the questions ask you that define the terminology. The terminology called the translated cycle. What is translated cycle? And Roman B, the questions ask you to derive the equation of the translated cycle. So that's all about today's session. So let me teach you today about translated cycle. Translated cycle. Translated cycle. Say translated cycle. So let us start with introduction. Introduction of 40 of translated cycle. So the fundamental question for this session, what is translated? What is translated cycle? What is translated cycle? So translated cycle is a cycle whose center is translated translated or shifted, okay, from origin to any point on x, y plane. So translated cycle is a cycle whose center is translated or shifted from origin to any point on xy plane. And the means of what is of translated cycle. So it's any cycle whose center is shifted or translated from origin to any point on xy plane. So if you have never registered yourself or you like to share with other students who are your classmates on how to register into our ASOM, then please note those 7 steps for you to use them effectively to access our free contents. Remember that our registrations is free and you can access our contents free of charge. The only thing that if you feel from your heart you would like to offer your free link Thanksgiving, so that telephone number 0759-774-5331, then you are warmly welcome. Okay, so this means that simply translated cycle is any cycle whose center is translated from origin to any other point. Okay, so let me show you the translated cycle. I believe you have registered yourself. Please remember that to click the buttons of subscribe for you to register yourself. So translated cycle on xy plane. Translated cycle on xy plane. Consider figure 17.1 below shows the translated cycle. So you can have our xy plane like this. So suppose this is 1, 2, This is y-axis. This is x-axis. This is -1. This is -2. This is -1. This is -2. Okay. So this is origin. And we can have a translated cycle here. So for you can have so this is the local, so we call it the local cycle. Okay. So this is the center. So this center will be what? So let's say center O. So it is x, y. So this is the xy plane. XY plane. XY plane. This is the center. So here it is cycle. Here it is cycle. And this is what? Figure out. Figure 17.1. There, translated cycle. Okay. So let me know in the comment section. Have you understood the concept I've been teaching about introduction of the translated cycle? Let me know in the comment sections if your answer is yes or no. Okay? So right now, let me teach you about the next concept after introducing you the concept of translated cycle. So remember that this center can be either in first quadrant or second quadrant or third quadrant or fourth quadrant. It can be on x-axis, it can be on positive x, it can be on x-axis, either on positive x-axis or on negative x-axis. It can be the center of the cycle, it can be translated to the positive y-axis, or it can be translated to the negative y-axis. So the only thing that you have to remember, a translated cycle should be what? So translated cycle, so this is what we call the translated cycle. So the center should not be at origin. That's the only concept that you have to remember. This is translated cycle. So if that's the case, now let me teach you the next concept, which will be 7.1, and this is the reversion of equation of translated cycle. Version of equation of translated version of the equations of translated cycle. So you'll be following some few steps, and the first step is this. First step, we say that consider a translated cycle on XY plane. On XY plane of what? Of figure 17, page 2. Okay, so still need some information. Translated cycle of radius R and the center X, Y on XY plane. On XY plane. Y-axis, this is x-axis, this is origin. So you can have a translated cycle. Suppose that we have it here, because this is the simple quadrant. Suppose the center is, for you may use coin of 200. So this is the center, or with the center A, comma B. A, comma B. So suppose that the distance from fixed point to any point on the circumference of the circle, this is radius. Then also you have another radius, but you like to construct a right angle triangle. So here it's a right angle triangle. This is radius, this is point P, x comma P or Q. So this is figure 17.2. Translated in cycle. Translated cycle of center A, comma B. So that is the first concept. So we have our right angle triangle PQO. PQO. So the second step, we say that the coordinates of point P x comma b. X comma b. Why? Because the y coordinate here it is b, and the y coordinate here it is y, x coordinate here it is a, x coordinate here it is x. So the second step, we say that find distance. Let us find distance OQ and the distance PQ. OQ and distance PQ. So OQ, the distance from O to Q is equal to what? From O to Q it is x minus a. X minus a. Then the distance from P to Q, the distance from P to Q, so x is common, so it will be y minus b. So let's say this is question 1 and this is question 2. Side step. Consider rectangle triangle. Consider rectangle triangle P Q O. Consider rectangle triangle P Q O. And we apply Pythagoras. Pythagoras theorem. So here you have a rectangle triangle or which is a comma b, q, which is x comma b, is x or y. So according to the Pythagoras theorem, OP, distance OP square, is equal to distance OQ square plus distance PQ square. So distance OP, remember that this is R. So this is equation what? Equation 3. So the first step, so substitute equation 1 and equation 2 in equation 3. So distance OP it is R. square is equal to OQ, which is x minus a square, plus what? PQ, which is y minus b square. So here we have square of the radius is equal to x minus a square plus y minus b square. This makes equation 4. So that's the standard form of 14. So you say that the equation of the translated cycle the general equation of translated cycle with center A, B and the radius R is square of the radius is equal to x minus a square and y minus b square. Okay, so the response. So this is the equation of the translated cycle with center A, B and radius R. And you have to experience about translating or the concept of translations in conic section. Because later on in coordinate geometry 2 we'll teach about translated parabola, we'll teach about translated ellipse, we'll teach about translated hyperbola, and then we'll teach about translated rectangular hyperbola. So you have to experience about this. And we are going to use this. Equation in different cases on solving different problems. So right now, remember that example R, which you gave in session 16, is example 45, and this now is example 46. So let us solve a question which actually that is going to, okay. Let me just teach you the question about translating cycle before I teach about how you can derive the equation of the translated cycle passing through 3 points. So right now, let me teach you about this example. So it's an example for the 6. Find the center and radius of So I want to show you how we use that equation. Number find. Okay, so example 46. Set 4, set 5, set 6, set 7, set 8, set 9, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Okay, so Suppose the example 8 is example 46, and this is example 47. Find the center and the radius. Radius of the cycle 2x squared plus 2y squared plus 6x minus, not plus, minus 6x plus 10y plus 10y plus 7 plus 7 is equal to 0. So that's the question. We have to find the center and the radius of this cycle. So this is the equation of the cycle. In a few minutes, we are going to teach you how we can express this form of the equation of the cycle into this form, which we call an equation of the cycle passing through 3 points. So actually, we have to expand about that. Okay, so how do we solve this problem? Solution. Solution. So we say that we have 2x squared plus 2y squared minus 6x plus 10y plus 7 is equal to 0. So the first step, collecting the common variable term. Collecting the terms with common variable. So we have 2x squared, 2x squared minus 6x. So this is the collection. So here we have variable x, this is y, this is x, this is y. So the common variable here it is x, and common variable here is y. So it is 2x squared minus 6x plus what? 2y squared plus 10y, and plus what? 7 is equal to 0. Okay. So this is equation 1. Second step, factorize. Now before factorize means that take a common number out of brackets. So you have 2 is common. Here remains x squared minus 3x plus what? 2 y squared plus 5y plus 7 is equal to 0. So 2 is common. Divide by 2 to both sides, and this one divide by 2. So here we have x squared minus 3x plus what? Y squared plus 5y plus what? 7 over 2 is equal to 0. So we go into the third step. So the third step, we say factorize. 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 Terms of question 2. So here we have x squared minus 3x plus y plus 5y is equal to negative 7 over 2. You have to listen carefully. To factorize this quadratic expression of x, and this is the quadratic expressions of y. So to factorize, we have x minus the half of the middle term, which is 3 over 2, then when we square. In order to get the same expressions as we had there, we should, because once we expand, we should minus what? Because if you expand this, it will be x squared minus 6 over 4. Now 6 over 2, x, and then plus 9 over 4. So here I should minus 9 over 4 to get the same expression, plus what? Here, the half of the middle term is 5 over 2, so we have y plus 5 over 2. In order to have the same expression, we should subtract by what? 5 over 2 square. This is equal to negative 7 over 2. Why? So if you expand these expressions and we minus with this one, we get this. And if you expand this expression and we minus with this one, we get this. So we still have the same expression. Okay? Be careful of that. So for that case, you have x minus 3 over 2 square plus what? Y plus 5 over 2 square. This is equal to negative 7 over 2 plus 9 over 4 plus 25 over 4. So remember that this expression, x squared minus 3x is equal to x minus, is equal to open bracket, x minus 3 over 2 square minus 9 over 2. And also this expression y squared plus 5y is equal to open bracket y plus 5 over 2 square minus 5 over 2 square. Okay, so for this case, now you can notice that we have already expressed the equation 2 into the form of equations of translated the parabola, translated the circle. So y plus 5 over 2 square, and here let us find the lowest common multiples. Lowest common multiples between 2 and 4 is 4. 4 over 2 is 2 times negative 7 is negative 14 plus 4 over 4 is 1 times 9 is 9. 4 over 4 is 1 times 25 is 25. So here it is x minus 3 over 2 square plus what? Plus y plus 5 over 2 square. This is equal to it. So it's equal to 11. 11 plus 9 is 20. Because this makes it a 4, so it's 20. 20 over 4 is 5. It's 5, isn't it? Yeah. So it's 5. So this is equation 3. So we have expressed the given equation 1 into this form. So then from there we go into the first step. We'll be doing these steps repeatedly, so you should not panic. The first step, we say that compare equation 3 with, and you have to understand because we also do the same process when we'll be solving the equation of translated the parabola translated the ellipse, and translated the parabola in coordinate geometry to compare equation 3 with standard equation 4. So standard equation 4 is x minus a. Let the centers to be a, comma b, and here we have what? Y minus b squared. So you have to recall this equation. This is equal to what? R squared. So this is equation 4. So if we compare, we have to compare this with this. So x and x cancel. So you have negative a is equal to negative 3 over 2. You have to compare this and this, y and y cancel. So the minus negative b is equal to 5 over 2. Simple to compare, because let me just do it clear. So in equation 4 we have x minus a squared, and this is as x minus 3 over 2 squared. So square and square cancel. So x minus a is equal to x minus 3 over 2. So x and x cancel. Negative a is equal to negative 3 over 2. So a is equal to 3 over 2. The same process for y minus b squared is equal to y plus 5 over 2 squared. So square and square cancel, y and y cancel. So b is equal to negative 5 over 4. So you can find that center of this circle, we let a comma b, and this is equal to what is a? A is 3 comma 2 comma negative 5 over 2. Then we have the radius. R squared is equal to 5. Find the square root of r squared. So r is equal to square root of 5. So the question asks us to find the center and radius of the circle. So therefore, the center and the radius of the circle are 33 over 2, comma negative 5 over 2, and the square root of 5 respectively. Okay, final response. The center and radius of the circle are 3 over 2, comma negative 5 over 2, and 5, square root of 5 respectively. Because we'll be doing okay, because I want to strengthen you in this concept, because I know that these are kind of challenging questions if you are not familiar with. Even later on in the topic of coordinate geometry 2, which is the first topic in advanced pure mathematics form 6. So let me teach you the next example, which is example 48. So example 48. So the question states that find the radius and the coordinates of the center of the cycle x squared y squared plus 8 plus 8x minus 2y plus plus 8 is equal to 0. So find the radius and coordinates of the center of the cycle. Coordinates of the center of the cycle, x squared plus y squared plus 8x minus 2y plus 8. Solution. You can pause the video. Remember that I'm using the method we call it active learning system or active training system, where students can pause the video and try to solve a problem himself or herself, right? So you should not be disappointed or should not be just waiting the solutions and then having spoon feeding. No. So actually you can pause the video and try to solve example 48 on your rough paper, and once you are done, you click the buttons of play to check the correct solution for this problem. Okay? Okay. So thank you for trying to solve example 48. The first thing, say that collecting the terms with common variable. So there we have two variables, which is x and y. So here we have x squared. The next variable is 8x. Then we have y squared minus what? Minus 2y plus 8 is equal to 0. So the coefficients of x squared and y squared is 1. In case the coefficient of x squared and y squared is not 1, you have to simplify first and make sure the coefficients of x squared is 1 and coefficients of y squared is 1. Right? That's a very important point. So this we call it question 1. We have to follow all the 4 steps as what we have done in previous example. But the only thing here, it means that we cannot there's no need to simplify the given expressions, but we just will go directly to factorize it. So the second step, factorize the terms of x and the y in equation 1 above. So here we have x. To factorize it, find the half of the middle term of 8 it's 4. So let me just copy the question 1 first to have it there. This is 8x plus y squared minus 2y plus 8 is equal to 0. So the half of this middle term is x plus, what the half of the middle terms of x is 4, because we take 8 over 2, you get 4 squared. Then you have to subtract it with increase the term. The increased terms is if we expand x plus 4 square, it means if we expand open bracket x plus 4 square, close bracket square, we get x squared plus 8x plus 16. So it means that in order to have the same expressions as in equation 1, actually that we have to subtract 16 plus what? Y minus what? The half of the middle term of 2y. The half of the middle term of 2y, it's 1. So it is 2 over 2, which is 1. And this one we square. If you expand this expression of open bracket y minus 1 square, we get y squared minus 2y plus 1. Right? So plus 1. So we have to subtract 1. Then plus what? Plus 8. This is equal to what? To 0. Okay. So if that's the case, you have x over 4 square. Then plus what? Y minus 1 square. So this is minus 16. And here we have minus 1. And here we have plus 8 is equal to 0. So here we have x plus 4 square plus what? Y minus 1 square. Then we have what? Negative 17, negative 9. Simply negative 8, negative 9 is equal to 0. So it's placed in the standard form of the equation of translated cycle. So y minus 1 square, this is equal to 9. And this will make equation 2. Okay? The third step, so that to recall the standard the standard equation of translated cycle. So it is x minus a square plus y minus b square is equal to r square. This is equation 3. Okay. So the next step, which the fourth step now, is comparison between equation 2 and the equation 3 in order to find the value of A, B, and R. So the first step and last step, compare equation 2 and 3. So if you compare, we can find that negative A simply is equal to positive 4, and negative B simply is equal to negative 1. That is simple, because square and square cancel, x and x cancel, so negative A is equal to B, and actually that square and square cancel, y and y cancel, negative B is equal to negative 1. So simply A is equal to divided by negative 1, A is equal to negative 4, and B is equal to positive 1. Again, what is the radius? So radius square, r square, is equal to 9. So to find r, we have to find the square root. So radius is equal to 3. Okay? So therefore, we've been asked to find what? Find the radius, therefore the radius of the cycle, the given cycle is 3, and the coordinates of center of cycle are -4, +1. No. 3 and the -4, 1 respectively. So the radius of the cycle and coordinates of the center of the cycle are 3 and -4, 1 respectively. That is all about example 48. Okay, have you understood how I've solved the example 48? Okay, so in case you have any question about example 47 or example 48, don't hesitate to ask in the comment section below. And I'll try my level best to help you answer. That's all about example 48. Right? So let me teach you about derivation. This will be the last concept for session 17. Derivation of equation of the cycle passing through three points. The inversion of the equation of the cycle passing through 3 points. So this concept will help us to deal with questions whereby 3 points are given and and that cycle passes through those 3 points. Okay? So the first system suppose that the cycle passes through 3 points. Then its equation can be derived. as follows. The first step in this derivation, suppose that the cycle passes through 3 points, then its equation can be derived as follows. So the second step of this derivation, we call the standard equation. Call the standard equation of the translated cycle, which it is x minus a square plus y minus b square is equal to r square. So this is x minus a square plus y minus b square is equal to r square. So this is equation 1. Set this state. Expand equation 1. So to expand equation 1, we have x minus a square plus y minus b square is equal to r square. So let us expand this. So if you expand this x minus a multiplied by x minus a plus y minus b times y minus b is equal to r square. So x times a, x, this x is square, negative, x times negative a and plus negative a times x, this is equal to negative 2ax. Negative a times negative a, this will make a square plus y times y will make y square. Then y times negative b plus negative b times y, this will make negative 2by. Negative b times negative b, this will make b square is equal to r square. Okay. So if that's the case, we say that's fine. So here we have x squared minus 2ax plus y squared minus 2by plus a squared plus b squared minus r squared is equal to 0. Okay. So after expanding, we go into the first step. The first step, let negative a comma negative b to be equal to what? To be equal to f comma g. So let negative a to be equal to f and let negative b to be equal to g. So from there we have x squared instead of negative a here, we're going to have plus 2 fx plus what? Then instead of negative b, we are going to have 2 gy plus a squared plus b squared minus r squared is equal to 0. And this will make, so this will make equation 2. And this will make equation 3. fifth step. Fifth step, let these constant variables, let a square plus b square minus r square to be equal to constant c. Okay? For that case, now the expanded form of equation of the translated cycle is x squared plus 2fx plus 2gy then plus c is equal to 0. So therefore, the general equation of translated cycle passes through 3 points is x squared plus 2fx plus 2gy plus c is equal to 0. Very important equation. So this is equation 4. That's our equation 4. Okay. So having this one, so you can see that for example, the form of equation 1 is expanded form of equation of this translated cycle passes through what? Passes through 3 points. So after teaching you this derivation of the equation, that will not be enough. I have to teach you how you can use the expanded form or the equation of translated cycle passes through 3 points to solve a mathematical problem. After that, I will leave the homework for you, and then it will be the end of session 17. So we had example 46, 47, 48. Ladies and gentlemen, this is example 49. So example 49 is kind of concept question, because if you find it or you meet it in exam and you are not familiar with it, then you cannot solve it. Find the equation of the cycle which passes through find the equation of the cycle. Find the equation of the cycle which passes through these 3 points, 20A, 3,1, 20B, 2,6, and A, 20C, 3,2. 3,2. So that's the question, and that's the form of the question about equation of the cycle passes through 3 points. So how many points are there? 3 points. Point A, 3, 1, point B, 2, 6, and point C, which its coordinates are 3, 2. 3, 2. Solution. Find the equation of the cycle which passes through those 3 points. The first state call the equation of the translated cycle passes through 3 points. So it is x squared plus 2 fx plus y squared plus 2 gy plus c is equal to 0. At the first system, we need this equation first. You can pause the video and try to solve it and underline yourself on the rough paper, because that's what we call the active learning method. That's the first stage. The second stage, so the second stage, we say that 20A, which it is 3, 2. So suppose that this is question 1. 3, 2 satisfies equation 1. So this is x coordinate. The x coordinate is 3, the y coordinate is 2. So what is x? So the value of x it is 3. So this is 3 squared plus 2. F is unknown and x it is 3 plus y. Y is 2 squared plus what? 2 times g times 2 plus c is equal to 0. So this is 9 plus 6f plus 4 plus 4g plus c is equal to 0. So simply this would be 6f plus 4g plus c plus what? Plus 13 is equal to 0. So make 6f plus 4g plus c the subject. This is equal to 13. And this will make equation 2. 6f plus 4g oh, excuse me, this is 3, 1. 3, 1. So here it is 1 square, and this is 1. So this is 1. Choose me, made a mistake. And this is 2g. This is 2g. And this is 10. So this is 2G, and this is negative 10. Isn't it? Yeah. So that is question 2. So here it is steady state. So the steady state, the second point B, which its coordinates are 2, 6, satisfies equation 1. So satisfy this equation, where x it is 2 and y it is 6. So equation 1 is x squared 2gx, then plus y squared plus 2, this is 2fx, and this is 2gy plus c is equal to 0. So the x coordinate is 2, so 2 squared plus 2f, and x is 2 plus y it is 6 squared plus what? 2g, y it is 6 plus c is equal to 0. Here it is 4 plus what? So 4f plus 76 plus 12g plus c is equal to 0. So 4f plus 12g plus c is equal to 4 plus 76. This is equal to negative 40, and this makes equation 3. So it is 4f plus 12g plus c is equal to negative 40. Okay, so we are still proceeding. The first step. The next point C. And this point C is array, 2. Satisfies equation 1 above, where x it is array. So what is equation 1? X squared plus 2gx plus y squared plus 2f y plus c is equal to 0. So x it is 3 squared plus 2g plus y, and y is 2 squared plus 2f2 plus c is equal to 0. So this is 9 plus 6g plus 4 plus 4 excuse me, this is f, this is g. F, and this is G. F, G. Plus C is equal to 0. So this is 6F plus 4G plus C is equal to negative 13. So that is question 4. Six F 4G plus C negative 13. The fifth state. Solve question 3, 2, and 4 simultaneous. Simultaneous. So you can solve either by using scientific calculator. You may solve it by using graphic. No, graphic is a little bit challenged. By using Cramer's rule. You can solve also by using the inverse square method. So what are our three simultaneous equations? We have 6F plus 2G plus C is equal to negative 10. We have 4F plus 12G plus C is equal to negative 40. 6F plus 4G plus C is equal to negative 13. So this is what you have to solve simultaneously. You can use Cramer's rule, you can use scientific calculator, you can use also inverse square method. So this is 6th state. We may use scientific calculator. Scientific calculator. As we told you in the first topic of calculating the price, we may use Cramer's rule, or you may use inverse of matrix of the ray inverse of the ray by the ray matrix to solve equation 2, 3, and 4. So by using a scientific calculator, or by using either Cramer's rules or by using inverse of 3 by 3 matrix, the value of F is 15/2. The value of G is negative 3/2. The value of C is negative 52. But what the question states, find the equation of the cycle which passes through those points. So once we found, we have to substitute to find just the equation. We have just to substitute them. So the seventh step, substitute the values of F, G, and C in equation 1 above. Equation 1. So what is equation 1? X squared plus 2 fx plus y squared plus 2 gy is equal to 0. So here it is x squared to what is f? It is 15 over 2x plus y squared plus 2. G it is negative 3 over 2 y. C it is negative 2 is equal to 0. So x squared plus 15x plus y squared minus 3y minus 52 is equal to 0. If you want the center, it is negative 15 over 2, comma 3 over 2. Because negative f, comma negative g is equal to these coordinates. If you are looking for the radius of the circle, then you have to remember that c is equal to a square plus b square minus r square. So you can solve y a square is f square and g square is what? G square is b square. So therefore, so the equation of the circle is x squared plus 15x plus y squared minus 3y minus 52. So x squared So the equation of the circle is x squared plus 15x plus y squared minus 3y minus 52. So then, example 50, this is the homework. Homework 17. So the same question. So coordinate of grade P, -1, -5. Coordinate of grade Q, 6, 2. Coordinate of R, -2, -2. So that's all about what you have to cover in this session. Session what? In this session 17. So my dear students, this is the end of session 17, and I still have 2 announcements in order before we end this session 17. The first announcement, in case you feel from your heart you would like to offer our living God your feeling, thanksgiving, or any type of offering that you feel from your heart in order to be a part of this program. Before you make decisions to offer it in, read this scripture, Exodus 25 verse 1 through 9, and Philippians chapter 4 verse 12 through 19, and the book of Hebrews chapter 11 verse 1 through 4. So in case you feel it, that okay, you are ready to send it to heaven, so to Asom, then you may send it through the telephone number 0759 74 53 31, and we receive it with hand of thanksgiving, with hand of thanks, and to be used effectively to pay for the running cost of this program, for the means to pay for recordings all the future videos. Again, in case you like, I would like to invite you into our online bookstore where you can order notes. This is an exercise book, actually, which contains the notes of advanced pure mathematics for the Form 5. You may order it. You may also order some different books. This is the sample book of Reference Pure Mathematics 1 by J.K. Backhouse and S.B.T. Holsworth. You may order this. We have also Pure Mathematics 2. You may also order some other books with advanced mathematics syllabus. You may also order some of the copy of the books. This is the copy of Pure Mathematics by J. Tranter, this one. You may order also original book. We have also original book. This is the copy of the book called Concepts Course of Statistics. So it's a little bit challenged to get the book itself, but we have a copy of it. It's excellent for probability and statistics. And also you may order both of these books, Advanced Mathematics 1 Review, Problems and Solutions from 2007-2018, and also you may order Advanced Mathematics 2 Review, Problems and Solutions 2003-2018. You may also order certificate calculator. You may also order in our TANZANIA online advanced bookstore some other reference books of advanced physics and other reference books of advanced chemistry and other reference books of best calculated mathematics, and you can order them with a very cheap price. How can you order all of this material or some of this material in any regions of Tanzania anytime? Simply just send an SMS to us through this telephone number 0759745331, and I will call you in order to negotiate the business. So this is the end of session 17. I thank God for working with me, and actually that is the time for us to give God thanks for the great thing that He has done. Our Father who is in heaven, we come before your presence. We say thank you for the great thing that you have done in this session 17 of Translated Cycle. Thank you for the great things. Thank you for the concept that you have taught to your online students. Father, keep this concept for the rest of their life and teach them to think outside the box on how to use this concept actually to solve real life problems. Our Father who is in heaven, we thank you. We invite you in the next session, which should be session 18. Father, welcome to teach us and reveal the secrets of it and reveal the secrets of advanced pure mathematics in our heart, in our soul, in our flesh, in our mind. In the name of Jesus Christ, amen. May God bless you and keep you until we meet in the next session. How are you, everybody who is watching this program? I'm very happy to have you today. And this is Olenjolai, Mokota Yellow Single, simply that, call me Olenjolai. I thank God by His own grace, I am a teacher and who is teaching in the national and international level by using the digital technology. So today, I'll have a good news for all online community. I have one of my students that I taught him during the undergraduate studies at the Institute of Technology. His name is Busole, so he'll come and testify to you how did my teaching transform his life from problem he has been experiencing to the solution at which he has been enjoying. So I would like to invite you to listen carefully and then join us in this moment of learning from other people who have succeeded from this system. So Mr. Sorry, you're warmly welcome. So here, this is, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Benedict Busole, one of my students in undergraduate level. We met together at the Institute of Technology. And in actuality, God has done a great things between me and him, and also his colleague and his colleagues who have been pursuing undergraduate studies in departments of computer engineering, computer studies. So I would like now to welcome you. So Mr. Busole, you're warmly welcome. This is an online community which is actually focusing on learning advanced science and advanced mathematics. So these are real future engineers, future medical doctors, future pharmacists. So actually are talking with even future leaders of our own country. So he's a Tanzanian and actually that he is enjoying to be a part of this country. So you're only welcome. Welcome.
So here again we are. If you've ever gone through, it depends really where we are in time, because time is a tricky thing. I heard that from a video. So time really, because if you're watching this and you did go through the O-level videos, then you might have met me somewhere there. And here again, we are here in the future. If you're watching this and you're sitting somewhere different here, we're in a room where we can't see anybody, but we are hoping that you'll be seeing this in the future. So if you're in the future, it means myself, I'm talking to you from the past. And for you to understand even the concept of time, you really have to be understanding good basics in physics, you know. And yes, how exactly did I come to be here today? And why am I doing what I'm doing here, like talking to you? I'm talking to you because it's like I'm talking to you. It's like, how do you call it? We call it testimony. But what is a testimony? Testimony means you have been through something, and at the end you have to say exactly how did I go from there. Like, what is my experience from where I'm standing right now? So it's like a testimony, but it also is an experience based on itself. And a testimony, and mostly we have learned about testimony from a biblical standpoint of view, because we have understood that God has done something to someone, and then that someone has come up and say, this is my testimony I'm giving to you. But okay, and this is the testimony that is going to go both with God and with science at the same time. So can we mix science and God at the same time? I don't know, that is a discussion for another time. But today we're just going to say, and how exactly did I meet Mr. Olenjolai? I met Mr. Olenjolai when I was doing my undergraduate study at the Institute of Technology. If you want to be a good engineer, my friend, I'm calling you friends now, but my younger brothers and sisters, the IT is the way. I don't know, maybe, yeah, I'm still believing that. And the IT of the future is a really good one, so the IT is the way. And you know exactly why you chose physics, mathematics. You know why you chose biology and chemistry. You know exactly why. If you didn't know, you either wanted to be an engineer, you either wanted to be a doctor, or you either wanted to be a pharmacist, you either wanted to be an agricultural expert, or whatever. But it was about science. And if it is about science, if you're watching it, it means you want to get a basic, you have already had some basic understanding of science over there, but now you're going into an advanced level. And Mr. Olenjolai helped me during that time because I finished from 6, but after from 6, I didn't really have a clear understanding of, I still had some issues with mathematics. And then I was just heading around and I heard about this teacher who was teaching calculus, but I never met him. So one day I went into class with a friend of mine, and then we got into the class and we sat down after a really long day of learning calculus in class. And you know, the teachers which were teaching assumed already you knew everything. And because you knew everything, we have no issue going through the basics again. And unfortunately, I forgot most of the things. So Mr. Olenjolai, when he came into the class, we started with the basics. Why do we call it an integral? So he defined it in a really different way than what we were used to. And by defining it in a really easy way, then I had a really different understanding. Remember, I wasn't so good at this, and we are many in that class. So by doing that first year, I got to experience in another way how to learn. And after learning that year, first and the second semester and the third one, I left. Because I left with already a really solid understanding, and I wanted to finish the remaining years by myself. So you have to understand that, so by doing this, you have to go through it. Even if it is difficult, you have to continue repeating. There's nothing that is more exciting, that is more helpful while learning in repeating what you do. So I believe really that this is going to help you, and I wish you all the best of.
Okay, so thank you very much, Mr. Benedicto, for your testimony. I really congratulate and appreciate. And my online students, I want to confirm what he has been saying is true. Really, we had a very fantastic moment of 2 years at Dar es Salaam Institute of Technology. Okay, so let me just ask you one question on behalf of advanced secondary students and the other national and international viewers. Okay, so in summary, what can you tell the advanced secondary students concerning about the education they learn through Tanzania Online Advanced Secondary School in square bracket OLENJOLAIM online by using the digital technology which actually yourself you have been pursuing in your undergraduate studies?
Well, I'm not sure I really have a lot of things that I can tell them that they do not know already. I believe you're really smart people, and do not ever let anyone tell you that you're not smart because you haven't understood something. Just because they understood it first doesn't mean that you cannot understand it either. You have all different ways of understanding something, and sometimes you all have even the same way of understanding something, only if you have good teachers. So by going through this, I hope that you don't give up, okay? You do not have to give up, and these are good courses and the module that the teacher, Mr. Olenjolai, put together so as you can understand easily, and if you do not understand, always remember to leave something in the comment section, because they will be looking at that as well. So I will hope you do not give up, and I understand that you understand that this module, the way it is taught, it is going to help you. So keep it up.
Okay, so one additional final question. Usually when we begin to be a digital age, especially online, accessing of the different contents, we used to hear this sentence: it's difficult to believe somebody online. So what can you tell for the students who are still having doubt whether it won't work for them?
I don't have a lot really to tell them, despite saying I'm the proof that even if this is online, for example, there's something called the C. C++. C is a language of computers. And the first time I learned a language of computers, it was using online classes. So someone who says that you cannot learn something from online classes, that is not true. I've done many projects at the Dar es Salaam Institute of Technology using C languages, and I can say they went through well. And I learned a lot of C languages and a lot of the knowledge that I have using the internet. So internet is a really good way of learning as well. So don't tell me it is not, or don't tell me it is difficult. Because if you have questions, you can always answer. And I believe Mr. Olenjolai will provide even his own contact so as you can ask your question. So good luck.
Oh, so it means that my dear students of online, according to the it means I would like just to appreciate one phrase. He said that he has been a graduate at the Islam Institute of Technology when he has been taking his physical training, right? But at the end, he concluded and saying that himself also, he's a graduate, or he's a good student and graduate online. So it means that he is a graduate online student, and he's still an active online student. So himself, he learned so many concepts online. So there's no, means that right now don't waste much of your time. However, that you should be careful when you're accessing online contents. You're accessing to whom and what the source and what are those people really telling you, because you should be careful, right? But according to what he has said that himself, he could not have any doubt, and really he's not convincing you to have any doubt about the work that is still going on for advanced secondary education. Rather than spending too much of having doubts, spend that proper time to make sure that you download this information that will be given for your present and future life success. This is it. Okay, so our online students, I would like to thank you very much. I thank you very much, Mr. Benedicti. I really appreciate. I'm very blessed with your testimony. You have been speaking what is actual going on in your heart. And I thank you on behalf of other online students. And online students, right now, online viewers, you can ask more questions about his testimony in the comment sections below, and we'll give you cooperations. And again, this is just an extra thing, because always we give something extra. For those advanced secondary students who wish to be excellent in visible engineers, means that who would like to pursue computer engineering, electronics engineering, telecommunication engineering, maybe biomedical engineering, that is invisible, electrical engineering, because we are studying electrons, which is invisible by our naked eyes. So Mr. Benedict here, he's an expert in that. But even on my side, if you come into another part, I'm electronics engineer by professions. But on addition to that, also I'm a teacher. So it means that if you wish to go through those routes, then come into the comment sections to discuss and share so many information for your future. So, my dear students, this is the end of our testimony. I'm very happy. I think even yourself you're happy. Let me know in the comment section, what did you learn? And then, how ready are you to testify about the advantages of online learning? So, thank you very much. Stay tuned. See you in the next testimony. Bye-bye.
Tanzania.